Everybody, I am so excited about today. Today is the day that the Lord has made, and I rejoice and be glad in it. I came on here to answer a question that was asked to me. Do I love God? Of course, I love God because He first loved me. And because I understand the love of God is unconditional, that's the only thing that I desire to share with the world. In my life, I can only tell you, testify about my life. I was raised in a Christian home. And in that Christian home, there were many rules and regulations. In all of those rules and regulations, guess what? Came fear. Now, my transition from religion to spirituality came along way into my 40s. I was real good in 40 when I began to believe in spirituality and understand that I was loved unconditionally. Now, growing up, did I know that? No, it was always, oh, you're going to hell. Oh my God, I did not know that life was a journey and it was a soul's journey and that it was only an experience. And that's why we call it the university. The universe is the university where souls come to join into the learning experience together. That's what the Bible means by being of service to one another. Allowing people to come into your life and experience that person for who they are, who God created them to be. A lot of times we outreach and outsearch, wanting to do what other people are doing, wanting to look like what somebody else looks like, and wanting to sound like what somebody else sounds like. And we don't tap into our own unique gifts, those things that God created us to do or created and thought about us to perform here on this planet. And those are the things that I choose to teach people, that no matter where you are loved. No matter what situation you are in, guess what? You are blessed and highly favored. You have not been forgotten. You are still a masterpiece. You are everything divine, holy, and sacred. And that's how God looks at you, period. Now, I can't really get into why man would teach us fear, but I do understand that the Bible says, I didn't give you a spirit of fear. And so, me translating that message to a nation means more to me than anything in the world. I don't care about any taught beliefs. It's a lot of things that I just get into when we get to talking about the Bible. For a long time, yes, I believed in the Bible and I believed in every word in the Bible. And do I know the word of the Lord? Yes, I do know the word of the Lord. But I decided to renew my mind. I decided to begin to see myself the way God sees me. I decided to find my own uniqueness and not seek anything from anyone else. I decided to do those things for myself. And so as I began to do them for myself, I began to reach out and help other people see it's not about how you look. You're not inferior to anyone. You're not somebody does not have what you don't have. You have a gift. It's time for you to tap into your gift. It's time for you to tap into who you truly are and stop pleasing people. You'll never be able to please everybody, but the one person that's your best friend that will never leave you is yourself. You cannot continue to keep living your life miserable to make other people happy. You're waking up tired. Your energy is just everywhere. Why? Because you want to please everybody else. You're not pleasing to yourself and you're not serving the God that's within you. You got to be of great service to yourself. To yourself. When I was growing up, people used to tell me, I'm saying, take care of yourself, take care of yourself. I was taught to take care of everybody else. And that's just the type of house that I grew up in. You're supposed to take care of everybody. That's what my mom did. She took care of everybody till the day she died. Now, I'm going to take care of everybody that I can take care of in a different way. I'm not going to physically use and utilize my energy to do all of that. What my mom did. God bless her soul. I love her, and she know I do. My mission is to help the children, the believers, the ones that truly understand what unconditional love is. Unconditional love is the way that you feel for your parents. You get mad, get upset with them, And I want you to understand, love is the only thing that would truly make you hate another person. That's how strong love is. But when you fall into that ditch of unconditional, where it's a isness right there, where there's compassion and understanding, and it's not a whole lot of guidelines to it. You're just always allowing, like how you do your children. And children are the best at teaching us unconditional love. You can whoop a child and they'll sit in your lap and give you a hug and a kiss and say, "Oh, I love you." Now you mess around and bless somebody out. They're not gonna come back and say, "You know what? I deserve that. I should have talked to you a different way. Or I should have handled the situation a different way." That's not gonna happen because there's no unconditional love when it comes to us. It's right or wrong. You wronged me, and so I'm gonna wrong you, and so it's just a battle of who's right, who's wrong, who's right, who's wrong. Nothing unconditional. It's no part of you that just wants to walk away and say, "I'm not playing that game anymore. Peace is still within me, and peace will be still outside of me. I will not argue with you. I will not lower my standards to get on your level." I'm through living that ignorant lifestyle. And my ignorance has ended me up in a lot of places. I'm telling you now. I remember the first time I went to jail. True story. I'm always going to give you some true story. I had just started working at a bail binding company. Oh, I was in this terrible relationship, arguing, fussing, fighting every week, every 2 or 3 days. Anyway, this particular argument got way out of hand. Guess where I ended up? In jail. Traumatizing to me. I go into this cell. It's a commode in the middle of the cell. There's people standing all around. There's one little wall right here, no toilet paper. Oh my God, I got to use the bathroom. It's a lot going on. But God had to put me in that position for me to understand that's not where I needed to be. And where I was headed was up them stairs. Whew. I was saying prayers, "Lord, get me out. Please get me out of this. I'm not going to be able to stay here tonight." Anyway, that was the one time that my mom came and got me out of jail. And she said, "Don't depend on me to do this because I don't give away my money. If you want to continue to do this, do it on your own time with your own funds." Understood. Now, did I leave the person? No, I didn't leave that person. I stayed right there, argued, fussed, and fought for years. Okay. Went to jail 3 times. 3 times. I remember one fight was so freaking bad. The footprint was in my back. They tied me to a chair in front of a stove, and it was a gas stove. Never will forget this. They lit the stove, blew the fire out, and started flicking the bit, letting the gas form in the apartment we lived in. Now, mind you, we had fought. We had fought the whole, I know, at least 30 minutes. We were fighting, baby, from the time we were living in a townhouse. From upstairs, downstairs, baby. You done put a belt around my neck, pulled me up the steps. All this whipped up blue. I'm light skinned, so all this black and blue from being pulled up the stairs. Finally get down the stairs, get near the door to open the door. Guess what? Get grabbed again, pushed in the kitchen, slammed in a chair, tied to a chair, gas or the stove, come on, you flicking a bit, talking about I'm going to die today. I'm saying a prayer. No, Lord, I'm not going to die today because Jesus already paid the cost for me to get up out of here. And I'm going through it in my head. So I started saying the Lord's Prayer. In the midst of me saying the Lord's Prayer, the person I was with say, "I don't know what you're praying to God for. He been dead." And I say, "The God that you serve has been dead, but the God that I serve is yet alive." How I got out that chair to this day is a testimony. And I got out that chair and I got out the door. Mind you, all I had on was a t-shirt and some underwear. I got out that chair and I got out that door and I ran down them steps. And my mom lived maybe 5 blocks away across the railroad tracks. This is the middle of the night. 3 police officers passed me. I had on a t-shirt, some underwear, walking about 11 o'clock at night. Not one officer stopped me. I made it to my mom's house. I still had the key to her house. I opened the door. She had a screen door. Opened the door, unlocked the door, and I was so weak from fighting till I fell asleep on the porch and inside her house. I wake up the next morning. I'm still in the door sleep. She done got up. She see me, and she say, "What you doing in my house?" I'm telling her what's going on. She said, "Hmm, I guess you got enough of it now." And she said that, and it's like it almost hurt my feelings, but it was the truth. It was something that I needed to hear. So I got up. I don't even know if I went to the doctor. I think my mom just doctored on me or whatever. I had some clothes at her house. That next day, I didn't even go to work, called off to work. That next day, I went to that apartment, and everything that I had put in that apartment, they had sold. My stuff, gone. And, wash and dry was left. I took that back to the rental center place, put my stuff in my car, went back to my mama's house. Now, mind you, these stories that I'm telling are real. I'm not faking it. I don't have no reason to lie about it. But I can tell you this, in a lot of ways, it was the love I needed to know that was not the love I wanted. That was the love that I was accepting. And I had forgotten that I was loved and adored by something so much bigger and better than a human being. And that's what we do. We lean and reach out to be with other people. And until healing takes place inside of us, and so we do it all the time. We tell everybody what they need to do for themselves without even realizing what we need to do within inside ourselves. From that relationship, I went from arguing, fighting every 3 days. Every 3 days now. In a relationship with someone that did not want to work. I don't even know why I was there. Like I said, the love I desired and thought I wanted at the time. Anyway, I went from that bad relationship to another horrible relationship. Now, I want you to know they weren't as physical, you know, they weren't as physical, but that verbal stuff was serious, and the interactions that I had in relationships was something serious, okay? And one day it's like the light came on. And when my light came on, I'm like, nope, you cannot talk to me like that. You will not talk to me like that. I don't have to be around you, and you don't have to be around me. And guess what? I love myself enough to be by myself, period, because I'm never alone. But it took all of those horrible, what I call horrible relationships, which weren't horrible, they were lessons. It took all those lessons to get me to where I am, where I understand I can do this. I can do this, and nothing completes me. Heavens, that don't complete me. I'm completely made. I'm completely made. I'm whole within myself. I love myself enough not to be talked to any kind of way, not to be controlled, because love is not controlling. Love is allowing someone to be who they are. Love is not saying, well, you need to do this, you need to do that. And if you did this, you really, blah, blah. That's not love. I don't critique something else. How about this? Look in the mirror and critique yourself. That's the only person that's the only person we should critique is ourselves. And to ourselves be true. Because a lot of people that critique you, guess what? They critique you because they can. Not because it's something imperfect in you. It's something imperfect in them that makes them feel inferior over you to critique you. If it's not coming from a healthy zone, that means a healthy mind, a healthy heart, a healthy being. How can you take that critique as your own? How is that even possible? You cannot believe everything that people tell you because who they are, their life should be evident of who they are. Okay? When you meet people that know them, you shouldn't hear nothing negative coming from nobody because everybody sees the same somebody. That person is never changing faces, never being something that they're not. They're always the same with everybody. So if they're always the same with everybody, not pleasing nobody, but just pleasing within themselves, just as happy as they want to be within themselves, then I say you take that critique. But I want you to understand that's not going to be a harsh critique. That critique is going to come from a place of some severe love. It's going to be heartfelt. It's going to be something that's understood and don't even have to be repeated. It's going to be said in such a way that is going to be pleasing to your ears. You understand what I'm saying? It's going to be so pleasing to you. You just be like, oh my God, I'm so happy you said that. Because if somebody else was to say it, they may be coming from an inferior place. You cannot allow inferior people to speak to you about anything. If they are not whole, most of us are not whole. Most of us have been torn down. Most of us only know how to tear down. We have no idea how to lift up. We have no idea how to encourage without a fake smile. A lot of us are fakes because we're not standing in our uniqueness. We're not standing in the place of there is only one me. No one else can be me. No one else is me. So I'm free to be me. I'm free to be the masterpiece that God created me to be. I'm free to be the silly Latiska, the intelligent Latiska, the creative Latiska, the mother to many Latiska, the counselor Latiska. I'm free to be all those things because all those things are me. All of those things that give me interest and I can pour into others as far as meditation. Meditation is something true and new to a lot of us. To a lot of us. Because meditation takes concentration. And in order to manifest, guess what it takes? Concentration. You have got to be focused on what it is you are manifesting. Give me 1 second. All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, tapping in. I hope you enjoyed this. This is something new that I'm doing, and I'm so excited to be doing it. But the answer is yes, I love God because God loves me unconditionally. Even though I was in relationships where I had to fight and fuss and I ended up in jail and I had a lot of bruises on me and my heart was torn, guess what? God love still surrounded me and still blessed me and still showed me that I was important to him or her, it, because God is not a sex. That's another form of separation. And we like to separate everything. Music is music to me, but you have to say it's country, this R&B, this hip hop, this, that, all of that. A book is a book, but this is a horror, but this is a drama book, this is a this. All of these things are just in our mind. We want to just separate everything. It's an isness about God because God is a part of all of us. That means he has male and female. Well, God is both energies. If it's God here, guess what? I have both male and female energies. Scientists will tell you I have testosterone and I have estrogen in my body. We are all created equal. It is what it is. We are all self-sustaining, all loved by God, all interesting, and all masterpieces. All of us should step into our uniqueness and understand no one can be you. No one can teach like you. No one can reach like you. No one can be you but you. God bless you. God keep you. And may the Lord always guide you. Later.